Hi, I'm Skyler and welcome to day 4 of my 30-day sculpting challenge. This time I wanted to switch things up and sculpt an alien, because on the last few days I've sculpted a female, male, and whatever that wolf gorilla thing was. I started again with the low poly sphere, and honestly, this technique has been working really well for me. It lets me block in the head shape quickly without getting fixated on small details too early. Instead of starting with a separate sphere or cylinder for the neck, I tried pulling the neck directly out of the head this time. I stayed in that early blockout phase for a while because I just wanted to focus on the bust, neck, and head and try to make sure that the proportions felt appealing and the silhouette read well. One thing I learned from the last few sculpts is not to go too hard on the big shapes too early. So this time I lowered my brush intensity and worked with lighter strokes. I started building up the top bulge of the alien's head and added more volume to the back, but I got a little stuck deciding how much human anatomy he would have versus what alien anatomy would even look like. Once I popped in the eyes and gave him a more sinister looking mouth, things started clicking, and at that point he was definitely giving off Resident Alien vibes. From there, I spent a lot of time slowly adding volume with smaller strokes and building up the detail in stages. I added eyelids, which I think might actually be my best ones yet, and I started refining some of the forms around the face. At some point through this, I noticed that the clay brush was adding a lot of noise to my sculpt. It made it harder to read the forms, but at the same time, I didn't want to over smooth everything and lose that sculpted feel. And then my hour was up. I think the biggest takeaway I got from this sculpt is that I still really struggle transitioning into the details and how to do that without over smoothing or adding too much surface noise too fast. That said, I really enjoyed this sculpt, and rather I'm improving or I'm just better at sculpting aliens than humans. If you have any ideas or prompts for what I should sculpt next, throw them in the comments. I'll see you on day 5.